Hey, welcome to the show. We're here at Stop Playing Studios. It's July 25th. I'm here with G2. G2, thank you for coming out. I know that you've been very busy lately.
No, I've been busy as hell, for real.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you in for at least 2 weeks now.
For real. I came last week to the stoop. I think I went 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
I think I went 4 for 4.
Okay.
4 tracks.
Pure
4 for
shooter.
4. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What kind of songs did you make?
Made that Chosen. I'm actually releasing that on Friday. I don't know the exact date, but this Friday, Chosen is being released. I made another file hook. I ain't gonna get that title out right now.
Yeah. Leave the suspense.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get that title out right now. I dropped that Take Me Back. I don't know if you heard that joint. That was fire.
Yes.
Take Me Back. And dang, I can't remember the last track, but I went 4 for 4. I had a good time. It was good.
Well, that's nice. Like, speaking of tracks, where do you find yourself creating that creativity that you have? I know that a lot of artists don't really have that capability like you do to be able to structure songs and be able to put words into a formula that at least have a storyline. So how are you able to do that with your lyrics and make it real intellectual?
Me personally, like, I find that creative space. I lock in. When I say I lock in, like,
where do you find that creative space? Like, are you often just at home, just by, like, where do you, what's the process to take our, viewers through the process of how you make your music?
Well, recently I had my own studio, you know what I mean? I built my own studio and I locked in, you know what I mean? I quit my job, like, just locked in, no transportation, like,
What kind of software do you use?
I had Logic 9.
Logic 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Logic 9. So I was learning how, I already knew how to rap, but I had a period of time where now I could tap into engineering, you know what I mean? And like I said, I quit my job, so I had a whole time to, like, really dive into the music, like, really, like, just lock in, you know what I mean? And as long as everything around me is kind of, like, shut off, I can, like, get my mind. But that could be a bad thing too sometimes, you know what I mean? To where all I think about is music, if that makes sense.
Well, I know that you're saying that you're locked in a lot, but I also noticed on the album that you had sent over to me that you have several collabs. How do you collab with those individuals? And, like, I know you're locked in on a personal level right now.
That makes sense.
But how do you find time to kind of, like, peek up and be like, wow, I actually like that artist and I think that we can bring value together?
That makes sense. Well, what I'm learning now, like, first I gotta be a fan first. You know what I mean? I have to be a fan. Like, if I'm not really a fan, it's gonna be hard for me to kind of collab. But also I'm learning too, I like to see what their energy level is.
Yeah.
Their energy is up, you know what I mean? They're excited about working.
Yeah.
I'm excited about working. This the craft. This is what I love. So, like, you know what I mean? It makes it easier.
So what kind of artists do you like working with if you, like, become a fan of them? I mean, what kind of artists do you see yourself oftentimes matching with?
See, it depends. It depends on my vibe. Like, shout out to Sammy, man. We was in the studio locked in. I said, man, like, I got 2 verses. Yeah. But I need, like, I had this hook in my head. He was like, man, I sing. So I was like, dang, for real? He went in the studio, like, did his thing. I was like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? I'm excited. You know what I mean? So I can't really give a specific, like, any kind of genre. As long as they, if I'm a fan of it and if it's like, the energy level is there, then I'm ready to work.
G2, what made you come up with that name?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Really, my dad's side always called me, like, G2. You know what I mean? He G1, I'm G2. You know what I mean?
G1, G2. Like, so it's like,
that's
father.
Yeah.
So you were close to your dad?
Not that close, but growing up. But our relationship is, like, real close.
Okay, so, like, hard love. Tough love.
What you mean by
where he's, like, real tough on you growing up, but yet,
Nah, I ain't really spend much time with him growing up.
Okay,
It's like I seen him, you know what I mean, but we didn't really spend that much time together.
Okay, so you had to kind of grow up on your own there.
Now I said it Take Me Back, like, my mama really made me. My mom, like, raised me, but my dad, like, getting to, like, where we at now, I learned so much from him. You know what I mean? And I tell anybody that if you ain't really grow up with your dad, like, you know what I mean, make that, as a man, go make that happen. You know what I mean? Whatever it was in the past, like make that happen, because there's a lot of lessons you can miss as a man, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes absolute sense. I actually grew up with both my parents, so I was fortunate enough. But oftentimes you do have to learn things on your own when you're not having that father figure around. Sure. But now that you kind of like learn how to stand on your own 10 toes, and then you meet, or I don't know your whole situation, but then you're with your dad, then all of a sudden, you get your name from him. It's like, wow. It's
for sure.
It's kind of deep,
for sure.
Think about that.
For sure.
So G2, you're here in San Antonio, but where'd you grow up? Where were you born and raised? I mean, what? So the fans out there, kind of how you grew up.
I grew up in the sunny side of Houston. Really, I lived in Yellowstone.
Okay.
Went to school in Third Ward, but sunny side really made me a man. Mm-hmm. I really had to figure shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So growing up in Houston or in Texas in general, is that a lot of where you get your style from? Ooh. Because it seems like you're a little bit of a New York kind of rapper as well too. So where did you kind of get that twang, that kind of speak whenever you're actually flowing?
I just think it's my I'm gonna say not my ego, but just my swag, just my sauce. You know what I mean? I just feel like can't nobody really do what I do. So when I'm rapping, it's I carry that with me. You know what I mean? So I guess, but I hear that a lot. I sound like an East Coast, but I would say more of a South rapper. I don't know, just South, they got that little swag to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because you don't say, man, hold up, doesn't mean you're not a South rapper, right?
For real.
Because I do see that you San Antonio from the head up, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't see no Houston Rocket jersey on you right now. So I was just wondering a little bit. I'm San Antonio, all the way. All the way from any Texas rapper you can name right there, Big Mo, any of them, Little O, all of them. So just growing up listening to them, it's just. But you have a completely different style.
Nah, for sure.
And I think that it's actually refreshing. I like to hear that you're not just saying the same 4 or 5 words and rhyming off of those 4 or 5 words. It's actual sentence after line after line after line, and then. What's your main message that you try to get across to your fans whenever you're rapping? Because there has to be some kind of a, label, some kind of.
I feel you.
Yeah. So.
I think, man, just where I'm at the time, I try to give a piece of me back, if that makes sense. As far as whatever I'm going through, whatever my emotions are at the time, whatever, you know what I mean? I just try to paint that picture to where you can see exactly where I'm at. You know what I mean? And I take line by line very seriously. Sometimes I don't go in the studio and just freestyle. Sometimes I do, but I don't know. I just want to give that message so clear, paint that picture so clear.
Mm-hmm. So I know that obviously with you quitting your job and making sure that you actually focus on the things that you want was most important. But when did you first realize music is for me? Did it take you being in that position of out of work and having the ability to do that, or was it already prior?
No, I went through struggles. I'm still going through struggles, quitting my job. I just feel when I knew music was for me, it just, I don't really know how to answer that. I just feel like that's my piece. You know what I mean? When I built that studio, it's I didn't care to do nothing else. It was so much going on, when I was locked in, so much stuff was going on that I still don't know about, but it's I was locked in, you know what I mean? I was making it happen, and I don't know how to answer that, if I answered it.
No, that's fine. Where do you see yourself, your music? Do you see it more so in people's cars when they're jamming with 16s in the back? In the club?
Okay.
More so how do you envision people enjoying your music?
Man, I got all kind of music. You know, you could ride through the city one day and listen to it, or you could be in a club. You could be man, all kind of music. You got a vibe for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ride through the city, shorties, you with that. You got done that, did that for the club. You got soulful music. I just got so much music, and some I still haven't even released yet.
Yeah. Because I just listened to Level Up, and I thought that it was very nice. You speak a lot in code, so if you understand, you know. But if you don't know, you don't know. And I actually really like that as a fan, as an artist, because it allows you to play for multiple people. You know, you can play for grandma, you can play for the kids, but
sure.
yet, if you really know, you know. So how do you come up with your lines to kind of speak in code but still mean the same things, but 2 different, 3 different, sometimes 4 different ways in a one line? I think that's pretty talented. Not a lot of people can do that. So I'm just trying to figure out how you came to that conclusion to be able to speak in code.
I think number one, like that's how me and my brothers talk. Like we talk in code. We may say something, it may mean something, but you know what I mean? That's not what it really means. And also too, like I study battle rap. Like I'm a battle rap fan.
Okay.
So like I used to just study it, and the way how they like have a line mean this, but it really don't mean that. I took that with me. You know what I mean? So I can do that too. You know
nice. I thought that was very talented. That was one thing that kind of made you stand out compared to like the other artists that I've interviewed.
But see, I have a problem with that too though, because it's like as the consumers, like as they listening to the music, it's like you probably, like the people that know me, you'll think I'm saying something, but it means a totally different lingo. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I don't know, it's just the people that may know me may be totally lost.
So,
that makes sense.
How are you ever torn between like, should I just take the gloves off and say what I mean, or should I just keep speaking in code?
Man, to be honest,
because there's always that thought process. Do I take the gloves off, or do I just keep my Canelo, my professionalism?
Yeah.
So is it more of a because you see yourself as a professional that you kind of speak in that code, or is it because I'm just trying to?
I know. If I ask Twin, he gonna tell me to say what I want to say. But I feel like
if I really say what I want.
Nah, but I just feel like I'm at a point now to where it's how you make people feel. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's my therapy. You know what I mean? I gotta get it off. But I'm learning too. Like I'm being more wiser. Okay, some records I can hold back. Some records I gotta let go. You know what I mean? Because some music I make just for me. The world may not never hear it, but it's for me. But eventually I may do it. But too, I had a day in high school like, oh man, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say that. This person will feel this way. It's like, to me, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? I gotta be me.
Well, we always want, as a fan, artists to be themselves. It's kind of hard to see an artificial person who's really trying to just be the hottest. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So with you writing music, learning how to produce on your own, what brought you into stop playing studios?
Man, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So when I go to different cities, I like to get a tour of the studio first. You know what I mean? Because if the same passion isn't there, or if like the love for it isn't there for me, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Because the music not gonna come out right. You know what I mean? When I walked through the door, it was vibes. It was like, we made classics in that studio.
Yeah.
We made classics.
And you said you worked with Sammy, right?
We made classics.
Yeah.
We made classics. You know what I mean? Take Me Back, Chosen, those are 2 classics.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't even forget about Warrior. I ain't gonna drop that until October. But we made classics, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I just feel like this studio hot. This might be the hottest in San Antonio, for real. Yeah. This studio.
It's only the beginning, but I appreciate it.
Nah, for real though. I like the the vibes and the passion behind what y'all do.
Yes. So, with this kind of concluding up here, what can your fans expect to hear from you, see from you? Is there any upcoming events that you kind of want to make sure? And then, of course, we're going to have his information here. Information is down low.
For sure.
You guys can reach him on all platforms, so Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, any kind of social media that you have there. And once again, this is G2. Is there anything else that, before?
Man, just follow me at chosen_G2. I'm grinding for real. Like Drake said, it's scary hours. Like, I'm grinding.
Is there any day that you have circled that you're just ready for, or is it just all?
I can't get that away.
No.
I can't get that away.
Okay, we're gonna have to stay tuned for the next interview.
For sure. I'm gonna drop a project maybe August. I don't know. It's called New Beginnings. Level Up out right now.
It's fire. Level Up is fire. You guys have to see it. It's out there on Spotify right now.
I appreciate it. But we're gonna drop that project called New Beginnings. I think it's fire. It's really already done. I'm just growing as a person, and the more as I grow, the more music I make. You know what I mean? But shit, we just moving. We grinding for real.
Well, here at Stop Playing Studios, we're excited to see your career take off. I know you're an upcoming artist here.
Sure.
I know we have several events coming up too, so hopefully we can get you in on a few so we can get that going.
For sure.
And,
I'm with it.
But yeah, so once again, it's Sire, and here with G2. And we look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of Stop Playing Studios.
For sure.